Hey friends, Fuya here once again. Welcome back to episode 3 of our Doki Doki Literature Club Plus blind playthrough. Last we left off, the first poem went pretty well on our side. Yuri really seemed to like it, Natsuki didn't. It kinda led to a little bit of friction between the two of them, and then especially once they saw their own poems, they had some sparks fly, but hopefully things are calmed down now and that won't happen again. They seem to have reconciled pretty well. And then, of course, Yuri and Monika had a nice little spat where, Yuri seemed to be getting annoyed at Monika for some reason, maybe being a little clingy. Hard to tell. But things are going pretty well. We just finished going through all the poems, and now we're talking about some sort of festival, so I guess let's just hop right in. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We don't need much more than a few decorations. Saori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. That's a good question. Are we doing like a maid cafe, or you don't have enough people for that? Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Why? Performing? Monika? Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Saori's putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Saori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monika? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Yeah, well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no, it's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. Hey, look at that. The two of them are already in sync. Perfect. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys. No, sorry. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. Yeah, you're kind of taking a small step and then a giant step. Feels like we need some more time in between. So I'll have to ask of them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So, I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right, and it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. That's a nice little speech. They're going to be forced into it, but not happily so. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Saori looks worried. She got to good night. Guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Saori and Monika have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Hey, phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around to everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh, you'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. Oh, okay. You got me worried there. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monika, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry, I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now, let's see. Monika flips through her notebook to a specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monika begins reciting her poem. Oh, I thought we were going to actually read it. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around that. Everyone has their eyes on Monika. Saori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monika finishes her recitation. The four of us applaud. Monika takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monika! Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Saori? I'll go next. What? Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri! It's called... After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as he starts reciting the poem, or reading the poem, pardon me. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly she's finished. Everyone's stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her, as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save this situation. I am the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Yuri's like, Looks like Yuri's down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Saori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks over to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Saori. It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Trying to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Saori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Saori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on the paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Saori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Saori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Saori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Saori. Even Fuya liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? Came out nicely, Saori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nice. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. You might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. Next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Fuya. Not like I can compare to you guys, anyway. Might as well let Fuya lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki. It's fine. I might as well get it over with. but it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. All of a sudden, tongue twisters. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. That's what's important. You give it your best shot, and you'll get better over time. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah. I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way out to the podium. The poem is called... Why are y'all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes, and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Ah, well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it'd be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should probably find some more poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nice so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait! I can do this. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Saori and Monika, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club, and impressing Monika, then I'll have to do my best. Wait, what about Yuri? Ready to go, Saori? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. Must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Fuya. You don't have to say it. Whatever. Let's just go already. I'll walk home with Saori once more. Get a quick drink of water here. As I'm holding coffee. Same thing, right? Alrighty. I walk home with Saori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Saori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Saori. Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... Saori fumbles with her words. So let's just say that one day Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Well... Oh no. Don't think it's gonna matter, but I'll save just in case. Remember Monika's writing tip of the day. Save often. Walking home with Yuri, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awful turning her down, so... Isn't she so beautiful and smart? That has nothing to do with what I just said. You admitted it. Jeez. There's not even point speculating something that's never gonna happen. maybe. But I just like to think about it. Not long before you won't need me anymore, you know? Need you? Sorry. Can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry. Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. What a player. If you say so. Conversation trails off and I'm left feeling awkward. But it was kinda her fault for driving me with such a weird question. You can't just lie to her. But if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. And again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time. Okay, so I'm gonna save right here. Actually going to be trying to get a perfect one for Yuri. I don't know if it's going to matter. I did happen to see if there's an achievement for doing so, so that makes me want to try. So I'm going to go through. If I don't get it, I'll go back and redo, I think. The Explode was definitely her. She likes really flowery language. Let's see, what else does she like? Time, maybe? I hope. Oh, good, I got it. I'll save that. I'll do a separate slot just in case. Destiny definitely feels like a word for Yuri. Doki Doki is definitely sorry. Inferno. Infinite. Okay, we're 4 for 4 so far. So good. She likes bittersweet things, so it's kind of another basic word. But it feels like it's out of her word vocabulary, so we'll go. Yep. Oh no. No, I failed. Wait, what? Did you just... You jerk. Oh, dear lord. Well, let's just go for it then. After image was a word for her. Extraordinary. Nope. Okay, I might have to fast forward through here, friends, so give me a little bit of time. Whirlwind is this. Dream for her? Yeah, I think Dream's hers. After image is definitely hers. Embrace? No, that would be a... Comfort's not... Vibrant, maybe? We'll try Vibrant. Yeah, okay. Skipping. Existence. Existence. Analysis is definitely her. Amazing? No, I don't think Amazing's hers. Beauty? That would be hers. Variant sounds like one of her words. I'm 99% sure. There we go. Electricity probably is... Lucky? No, not lucky, I don't think. Oh, duh, explode. We covered that one already. Determination. Sadness? No. Precious, maybe? Marriage, smile, nope. Capable, maybe? Kind of an awkward word, but I'm gonna go with it. Okay, so we're 1 for 11. Vivacious is probably one of her words. Okay, intellectual is definitely. Contamination, I don't know why that one's reaching out to me for this, but she does like some of those lower end words. Okay, but I guess Monika isn't sure. Yeah, Monika doesn't show up here. That was definitely like a Monika style word too. I think Starscape is one, right? Would that be? Yeah, that sounds like a Yuri word. Extraordinary is, of course. Wait, no, that's not one. I got caught by that one before. Eternity, I think, was. Yeah. Then Destiny, I know for sure was. Controllable? Sure, we'll go with controllable. Depression? Would that be one of hers? I don't think so. Portrait, playground. Judgment sounds like one. Yeah, Judgment. And then Melancholy. Perfect Yuri. Hell yeah. Alrighty. Perfect Yuri doesn't sound good, but that was the achievement. Oh man, I'm the last one here again. You know, screw. I am saving that. Not doing that again. I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked into you. Are you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Oh, there we go. Wait. This game came out after Undertale. I'm presuming that's not a reference. I hope it's not. I'm not trusting this game, though. Starting this club and now picking up piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that day the club wouldn't be here? Oh, remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival, too. I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Oh, that's a turnaround. Eh? Weren't you complaining about just yesterday, Natsuki? Oh, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival. It was a whole day of school where you get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound a bit like Saori all of a sudden. Monika, do they usually have fried squid? Oh, takoyaki, huh? Squid? Or actually, no, that would be a fried octopus, but they might be using it interchangeably. That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people? I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Because it's right in your name. Monika. Eh? That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Oh. Fourth wall break. Never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Fine, fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri's or Saori's anyway. Excuse me. Where is Saori anyway? Oh, there you are. Saori's sitting at a desk in the corner of the room, looking down at nothing. Walk over to her. Hey, Saori. Wave my hand in front of her face. Can't see me. Eh? You're spacing out again. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. I'm getting some interesting vibes from her now. I mean, Monika had pegged as Yandere, but... I'm probably way overthinking things. She's a bubbly, energetic girl. Of course. Why wouldn't it be? Just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Geez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sorry, so with me a big smile. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Well, alright. You say so. I worriedly glanced at Saori before turning back toward everyone else. But the conversation is already dispersed, with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monika if she's noticed anything about Saori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approached Monika, who was shuffling through some papers at her desk. And of course, president, vice president, so that makes sense. Fuya, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Saori recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into it a little too much, but she seems a bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? Can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monika peers across the room at Saori, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong. Maybe there is something on her mind. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Fuya. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her. But this time when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No. It's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Eh? Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just has a hard time bringing up with the person of interest. Ooh. That's, very astute. What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Fuya. Me? How on earth did you come to that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Saori talks about you more than anything else, you know. Yeah? She's been so much happier ever since you joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? No way. Saori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it always has been. You're so funny, Fuya. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her so cheerful? Because that's just how she is when she's around you? I said too much. I'm sorry. What do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. I'll try to talk to her, still trying to think about it for now. Alright. Monika smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monika stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Saori is sitting. I watch her kneel down to Saori and gently talk to her. But she's keeping her voice quiet, so I can't hear her from here. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Saori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else, but that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh me down so much? It feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. But there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monika. Why does it feel like I'm being watched? I glance around the room. Suddenly, I notice Yuri peering at me from over her book, but she looks away just as quickly with a flustered look on her face. I realize that she won't get anywhere like this. I've never really seen Yuri approach anyone or start a conversation on her own accord, so I have no choice but to approach her myself. But now it's a little easier for me to do that. I stand up from my desk and I sit in one next to her own. I didn't mean to bother you or anything. Relax, you didn't even do anything. But I could tell you wanted to be alone with your thoughts. Alone with my thoughts? How were you even able to tell I was thinking that? Well, it's something I do a lot, so it wasn't hard for me to spot based on your posture and expression. Not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that. In any case, I guess you were right. I'm sorry if it caused you any concern. Don't apologize. Your troubles are only the concern of those who willingly share in that concern. Of course, there are certainly those who find the most comfort in keeping to themselves. But if you would prefer to share what's on your mind, then I would be glad to listen. It's really not that big of a deal. I was just feeling a bit uneasy about Saori. Saori? Yeah, she seems a little off today, but when I asked her about it, she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh, that's quite romantic. Sorry. I didn't mean to say something stupid. Not that, I just didn't want you to misunderstand. Saori and I have just been friends for a long time, that's all. I see. Then perhaps it is unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings. Or maybe I'm just reading a little into it too much. Fuya, the world is full of meaning, often hidden deep beneath plain sight. You would know, your poems are pretty deep. And there are many untold mysteries behind every person, no matter how well you may know them. So you think that there might be something behind it after all? I think that Saori is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match what might be going on the inside of her head. And she may not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today too. I also feel some concern for her. But in your case, it looked like she was fully occupying your thoughts, wasn't she? Well, yeah, I guess that was the case. Sorry. She really means a lot to you, doesn't she? I guess. But you don't mean to put it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. Yuri suddenly looks deeply into my eyes. Her expression is gentle and curious, as if she was searching for something. Embarrassed, I avert my gaze. Sometimes, a person's mysteries are untold, even to themselves. And you, as someone honest and caring, may uncover feelings you weren't aware were in you. That is, I think that she would be a very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her. Yuri, you're giving me too much credit. I'm a pretty simple guy. I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you. That's not a compliment, is it? It is what it is. Anyway, as long as we're here, why don't we do some reading? Well, as long as you're okay with it. Yeah, I should be taking my mind off this whole thing anyway. I'll get a quick drink of water. Remember to stay hydrated, friends. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monika calls out to the club room. Who is it? Yep, poem time. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems, and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monika, and she smiles at me. Wonder what she was talking about with Saori. Nice follow, Monika. Well, same order. Sorry, Saori, you're last. Booyah! Your writing has only improved in these last few days. Every poem you've shown me has been nothing short of spectacular. I can really feel the emotions. I'm a little envious, even. I didn't think it ever came to me this naturally. Yuri, that's the wrong way to put it. This never did come naturally to me. But I've been able to improve so much thanks to you. You're really the example I was chasing after. Is that so? Yuri gently smiles to herself. This feeling. I'm so glad I got the chance to share my writing. I never thought I would feel like this. I remember you mentioning that yesterday. I can't believe that you're so good at something and you've never even shared it with anyone. It's kind of a shame. Maybe, but it's not like I really had a choice. What do you mean? Well, Yuri smiles sadly. Ooh, tone shift. Booyah. During lunchtime, I eat by myself. Did you know that? It's a great time to find a quiet spot and do some reading. In fact, I always have some books with me. You could say I really enjoy reading. Well, that's one way to put it anyway. It actually kind of reminds me of myself. You know, oftentimes during recess I would go out and play games and whatnot, but as I grew older, especially moving out of recess time, or less of it, I used to like bring a big old book with me. Like I remember doing the Wheel of Time series and whatnot, reading during breaks in between classes, etc. So I can sympathize with that. But books are so full of amazing and inspiring people. People you want to fall in love with. People you just know would make a really good friend. Cheerful people who always put a smile on your face. Or deep thinkers and problem solvers who discover the mysteries of life. So when you look at it that way, I'm surrounded by friends every day. You know? And those friends don't laugh at me. They don't tease me for spacing out all the time. They don't make fun of my body type. And they don't hate me for acting like a know-it-all. People say that about you? I'm not a know-it-all, Fuya. It's the opposite. I don't know anything. I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to make people see me as normal. I don't even know how to make myself happy. I have all these feelings. And all I can do with them is read and write. But it wasn't until now I started sharing it with you that I really understood what was missing all this time. But I haven't really done anything. No, that's wrong. Just being patient and respectful. That's really important to me. I know I'm a difficult person, Fuya. I speak too slowly. I second-guess myself all the time. I read too deeply into things. But every time, you've always treated me just like anyone else. It's so rare that I feel comfortable with myself when I talk to others. But that's why every time I talk to you, I just feel really happy. I see. Well, I treat you how you deserve to be treated, Yuri. And if other people don't see it that way, then screw them. I mean, I joined this club hoping I would make friends. And I would say I've had at least one success. Wouldn't you? If you put it that way, yeah. We really are friends now, aren't we? Yuri puts her head in her hands. But this time, she's smiling as she does it. You want to show me your poem? Yeah, I do. Let me get it for you. Part 2. Ghosts Under Light Part 2. Alright. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. In the distance, a blue-green light flickers. A lone figure crosses its path, a silhouette obstructing the eerie glow. My heart pounds. The silhouette grows. Closer. Closer. I open my umbrella, casting a shadow to shield me from visibility. But I am too late. He steps into the streetlight. I gasp and drop my umbrella. The light flickers. My heart pounds. He raises his arm. Time stops. The only indication of movement is the amber light flickering against his outstretched arm. The flickering light is in rhythm with the pounding of my heart, teasing me for succumbing to this forbidden emotion. Have you ever heard of a ghost feeling warmth before? Giving up on understanding, I laugh. Understanding is overrated. I touch his hand. The flickering stops. Ghosts are blue-green. My heart is Amber. Yep, she likes us. Finish the poem and start to hand it back to Yuri. So, obviously Fuya of the game won't realize that. But instead of taking it from me, she looks away. Do you dislike it? Ah, no, of course not. I just don't really know how I should respond. Ah, there we go. Despite Yuri's poems usually being cryptic, it wasn't hard to figure out what this one was about. I don't know if I'll be able to explain this one. That's fine. I understand this one. Yuri's having an even harder time speaking than usual. Does this one mean a lot to you? Yuri nods. I'm not very good with words, but I'm happy that you shared it with me. Well, thank you. I hope that we keep spending time together. Despite my inability to make eye contact, I see a faint smile emerge on Yuri's lips. I once again try to hand the poem back to her, but instead, Yuri gently takes my hands and pushes them back towards me. I hesitate in response to her warm touch. You can... The poem is... Once again, Yuri fails to form a complete sentence. You mean I can keep it? Yuri nods. I'd love to. Again, Yuri faintly smiles as if she doesn't want me to notice. You always make me feel nice. I know I'm not good with people, but I hope that I can return the favor sometimes. Yeah, don't worry. I think you do a good job. Yuri finally turns back towards me. I guess we should move on before Monika says something. I'm sure we can talk again later. Yeah, I'm sure we will. With that, Yuri timidly smiles at me and I return to my seat so I can put her poem away. Should I show my poem to you next? Not that I don't trust Monika. But let's talk to Monika. Hi, Fuya! Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It'll also make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. I let Monika take the poem I'm holding in my hands. Your style has gotten so refined, Fuya. Yuri's been teaching you a lot of things, hasn't she? Well, I guess so. Yeah. I've been noticing how much time you spend with her. I think I heard her say more words these past couple days than she's talked in the whole year. I'm not sure how you did it, but that's pretty impressive. She just needs some patience and a way to talk about all the things in her head, I guess. I'm still getting the hang of it myself. You're certainly putting in a lot of effort. You must really like her. And that's... It's awfully suspicious, you know. Awfully suspicious. Spending time with her in the club room every day, reading that edgy novel with her. Well, I just feel bad that she has a hard time socializing. Makes me want to make sure she doesn't spend all her time alone. Besides, the novel isn't too bad either, you know. Alright. I get you. Wink wink. Just be careful, alright? I know that Yuri isn't used to opening herself up. So if something bad happens while she's vulnerable, then it could be really hard for her. Books aren't a total escape from reality. They're just a bandage. You say that like I'm going to hurt her. Sorry, I didn't really mean that. If anything, she might accidentally hurt herself. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Alright. The Lady Who Knows Everything. Ooh, is this referring to how Yuri's known as a know-it-all? This is very suspicious timing. I see. The Lady Who Knows Everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders Earth. The Lady Who Knows Everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather, lost adrift the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day, I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Until one day, the wind ceases to blow. I fall, and I fall and fall and fall even worse, gentle as a feather. Well, fall even more, wow. Gentle as a feather, a dry quill, expressionless. But A hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning. There is no purpose. And we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. Dark, which isn't unusual for her. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sorts of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything. It was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical. Because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the clubs prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Well, are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you'd know that better than anyone. And that thought is true where, people tend not to write as much about, happy things as they do about sad or, things they're upset about or angry about or dislikes. Just look at, comments on stuff like Amazon. Sometimes you get some really nice, reviews on there, but oftentimes you can get a lot of negative comments, or when people are upset, they tend to express themselves a lot more, where sometimes they may not as much when they're happy. So that does have a definite base in reality, for better or worse. I think you know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? Ah, yeah, that. Anyway, wait, let me just take a look at the history again. Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. One-dimensional. Huh. Making reference to how this is a character in a game, maybe? Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Scared. Last one was terrifying. You ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good, or okay, or bad, you'll want to focus more on everything that went into it, and the things that you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way. It will make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. My goodness. Deep. Just in case, I don't think it's going to matter at this point. I probably won't save after the Natsuki. She's going to hate it. Oh man, this is seriously a step backwards. Yeah? I liked your last two way better than this one. I mean, I guess I can't be mad at you for trying different things. As long as you're not just trying to impress Yuri or something like that. I don't know what you're talking about. Gross. Okay. Like you said, I'm allowed to try new things. Why are you so emotionally invested in my poems anyway? Isn't that more of a compliment to me? Eh? No, gross. It's not like I care. It's just that one of us in this club has to make sure you're not slacking off. Really? Well, what if you ended up just scaring me away? That's, it's not like you would actually do that. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of fun to hang out here, even if I have to put up with you. Ugh. Natsuki's elbow connects with my stomach. Ugh, got me. Oh, maybe I won't mind scaring you away after all. I was just joking. Oh, I know. Don't worry, I was too. How the hell do you call that a joke? That seriously hurt. Well, maybe it was funny to her. Guess that's kind of the point. Like the point of the elbow, eh? I should really just watch my mouth around Natsuki. Yeah, watch out for the tsunderes. Anyway, Natsuki holds her poem out to me like nothing ever happened. Ooh, there we go. Let's see. I'll be your beach. Your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminished your wonder over the years. But today I have a special place, a beach for us to go. A shore reaching beyond your sight, a sea that sparkles with brilliant light. The walls in your mind will melt away before the sunny glow. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that makes you daydream about, or that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand. Bathe in sunbeams and hold my hand. Wash your insecurities in the salty sea and let me see you shine. Let's leave your memories in a footprint trail, set you free in my windy sail. And remember the reasons you're wonderful when you press your lips to mine. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way that you thought you had left you long ago. But if you let me stay by your side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll learn to love yourself again. Interesting poem. I mean, I do like the rhyming poems. I'm a big fan of those, even if I couldn't do it myself for worth a darn. But, you know, having the fourth line intentionally not rhyme is definitely a choice. I forget what style of poetry that is. I'm sure I learned it a long time ago back in, you know, English classes. But it's definitely a choice which kind of, you know, accentuates each of those. It's pretty cool in its own way. Yeah, I felt like I kept writing about negative things, so I wanted to write something with a nice message for once. Besides, the beach is awesome. Kinda hard to write anything negative about the beach. The sand burns your feet? Boom, done. So, you decided to write about the beach first, and then came up with the message later? Yeah, well, it's only because of what happened yesterday. I mean, after Yuri and I realized we kind of wrote about the same thing, she wanted to pick a topic and have us both write about it, or whatever. I see. Something tells me the poem Yuri showed me isn't the one she plans on sharing with everyone else. Of course, I chose not to mention that to Nancy, especially since you gave it to us. You can really see her doing that too, making us write about a simple topic, then trying to impress me by coming up with something all fancy. Well, not like I care. I just did it anyway. I mean, I guess mine ended up being kind of metaphorical too, but there's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. At the very least, it was good practice. Hi, sorry. You cheered up a little? It's nice, I guess. Come on, I can already tell you don't like it. Well, you don't need to worry about what I think. After all, you wrote this for someone else, didn't you? Probably Yuri. Eh? I didn't write this for anyone specifically. Maybe. That's not really what I meant, though. But it's okay. You're making new friends, just like I was hoping. That makes me really happy. And you're happy too, right? In this club? Oh, of course I am. Good. That's all that matters to me. Thank you, Fuya. Sorry. There's something wrong? Huh? No. Nothing. I'm just a little tired today. Alright. Just tell me if you need anything. I will. Don't worry about me, okay? You can go play with everyone else now. If you insist. Yay! I'm gonna go home a little bit early today. Did I hurry? Tell Monika I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. Ooh. You get to see her poem. Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out... Chottomate! Hold on a second. Is it just me, or did you say something strange just now? Eh? It did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase. Jeez. Why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Ooh. Stagnating air is common for showing that something terrible is about to happen. No. In your books, maybe. Look, the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here. It seems you're right. Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around. Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she just went to pee. Natsuki, please, show some decency. Agreed. Cute PG, please. Oh, come on. She actually wasn't feeling too well and went home early. Is that so? I hope she's alright. Seriously? Of all the times to not go home with her, you picked the time she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovey-dovey. No. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it. Oh. curious expression coming from Yuri of all people? Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier and everything is fine. What did she say? Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations, so let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend. I already know what I'm doing. That's right, Natsuki will be making cupcakes. But we might need a lot of them in different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted. And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sari will be helping me design them. And as for Yuri, you can... Natsuki? Guys? Can you help me come up with something for Yuri? What are you doing? You're the president. You're supposed to have this figured out. I'm useless. No, that's not it at all. You're the most talented person here, you know? Now Natsuki's pounding too? Jeez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit, but I can tell things are harder on you when she's not around. That may be the case, but if I can't also be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know? You should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that. I love atmosphere. Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at her desk in focus and starts nodding to herself. Her mind is already racing, I see. That's great. You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Fuya. Don't look at me. The one who is truly useless. Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It'll probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You could always help me out as well. I would be really appreciative of that. Is Monika suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members? How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that? I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help. Even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I could give to you. It's not like Monika's going to give me a choice, and you shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway. Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle the baking on your own. Oh, man. She's making a power play. Fuya may not like to be around if you only make him out to be a nuisance. So therefore, you may be more suited to assisting with the decorations. Hold on, I never said that. How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like you're just making excuses for Fuya to... What are you saying? It'll be extremely meticulous work. And baking isn't? Just what do you think? Guys, let's settle down for a moment. Everyone take a deep breath. In the end, I think it's up to Fuya to decide how he'd like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really gotten a chance to spend any time with me yet, you know? I'm sure he's interested in... You literally just said. I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I was just saying, though. Jeez. Can we just settle this already? Yeah. Fuya, you're okay with this, right? I really am gonna die, whatever I choose. In the end, it's up to you. Of course. Very well. In that case, everyone looks straight at me. But of course, I'm going to go with... Save. I'm gonna go with... Next time we'll make that decision. Though you already kind of know what I'm going to be going with, even if Sari's off the picture. Sorry. We're firmly on the Yuri route now, so we're going Yuri. But we'll explore that route next time. For now, friends, thank you so very much. Definitely a lot more arguments this time around. I'm definitely seeing my character as unintentionally being a big thorn in the middle of this happy otherwise club. Sayori... Yeah. I'm starting to wonder about her. I mean, I can see all of them have some interesting points to them, negatives, but it didn't take Sayori to be that upset, but she is a childhood friend, and so, you know, she probably thought, hey, you know, we'll be together forever, or possibly. But now that someone's kind of stealing her away, or her love away, aka, you know, Yuri, she's taking it pretty hard, so we'll have to see how that manifests as we continue to go along. But we'll see. Hopefully she doesn't turn out to, I don't know, maybe I was giving Monika too much crap. I mean, I was feeling like she was yandere, but maybe I got that flip somehow. The cheery childhood friend, and her person gets stolen away. Or it could be just completely out the left field, which probably is what it is. Regardless, for now, friends, thank you so very much as always. Until next time, you all take care, and I look forward to seeing you once again on the next adventure.